Hi, and welcome to And So Much More. My name is Cami Smith, and I am your host. And I am here with Allison Ebert from our very own Centra Foundation. And for those of you who do not know, the Centra Foundation plays such a critical role in the Centra health system. And so you may have heard of Centra Health, but maybe not heard of the Centra Foundation. And so Centra Health are not-for-profit. We serve such a huge area, Lynchburg, of course, but then a lot of the rural communities that surround us, everywhere from Bedford to Farmville to Gretna, Danville.
Amherst.
Yes, so a very far reach. And so when I say that the foundation plays a critical role in that, it is so interwoven. And I want you to help me share, because you all do so much. But I did take some notes on here. You guys have helped raise funds to enhance patient care. You guys fund medical research. You provide scholarships to kind of support and build the healthcare professionals within the Centra Health system. And then you work to really help improve the community health initiatives that benefit all of those communities that we mentioned previously. And so I want you to share a little bit about who you are first, because we are going to jump into all that the foundation does here in just a moment. But let's take a step back and tell us about your role in the foundation and what is it that you do?
So I am Director of Development for the Centra Foundation, which encompasses all of the fundraising activities for our service area.
Okay. So I wanted to give a really clear picture of just the enormous impact that the foundation has had. And so I pulled from statistics on the centrahealth.com website, which you guys can definitely go to check out to learn more about all of what we're going to talk about today. But over 5 million funds were distributed in 2023. Just in 2023.
And we're well on our way in 2024.
That
we will
is
probably
amazing.
surpass that amount for this year.
Oh, that's so exciting. And then more than 100 million in supportive Centra programs since 1993. So I'm assuming you were established in 1993?
Yes, last year we just celebrated our 30th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Happy to be a part of it.
And that's just when you think of all of the individual lives who were touched by that, which, you know, is at the heart of everything that we do here at Centra and of course within the foundation as well. It's the people who we want to help change the trajectory of their lives. We want to influence the health and wellness and just help them live the best life possible, whether that means pursuing a nursing career and you know, Centra Foundation playing a huge role in providing the means for someone to be able to do that, or, you know, an incredible innovative program or service or instrument that is going to save someone's life. Like, the foundation is kind of like there in the shadows pushing these initiatives forward. That alone establishes the critical role that you guys play. But in your opinion, like, what other ways have you seen the foundation really give back at large picture? Like, not specific initiatives, but like, what are some of those large picture goals?
Well, the foundation is there to close the gap between the actual costs of healthcare and our expenses. On the Centra side. We help to fund patient care for those who cannot afford it. As you mentioned, nursing scholarships, professional development, technology and equipment. We just added some new Da Vinci robots to our system that help keep
very cool.
Yeah, and they help keep our patients here locally for these services. So it runs the gamut through patient need and recovery systems from start to finish.
Yeah, that's incredible. We actually just had a conversation about the palliative care program for infants, and they talked about the rings that you all provide to the mothers that have like the birthstone of their baby who has passed away. And, you know, I think so often when we think about supporting the communities we serve, we think about helping them live healthy lives. We think about helping them get that proper education. But I love that you all are also in those really hard moments where you're just helping with that mental health side of it. There's just, the reach is incredible. So I love hearing about the things that you do. And and some of you may be wondering, like, this is incredible. Why are we talking about this? So we are upon this giving season. Giving Tuesday is becoming a huge national initiative for people to really have a targeted day to raise awareness for ways that you can give back to your community, your local and or national nonprofits, and and other organizations. And there's so many opportunities to do that. And I think that on Giving Tuesday, the voices just get really loud, and it's hard to know where to give. Like you have already established that you want to do this. You want to be a part of donating and giving some of your finances towards supporting something that is going to change lives, something that you genuinely care about. But you find yourself waking up on that day and not knowing where to start because everyone's telling you where to start. And so we're going to put this out there a little bit before Giving Tuesday and kind of give you all an idea of what it is that the foundation does, the critical role that they play, but then also what it would look like and maybe the why for you to give through the foundation to support the Centra Health local health system. So big question, why?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned local. All of your gifts stay here locally. The Centra Foundation exists purely to support Centra and our service area. So when you make a gift to the Centra Foundation, you are impacting local health.
Yeah.
We are not sending any of our resources out of our service area. So you're making a direct impact on your neighbors and your friends and your coworkers here locally.
I love that. This is where we live, work, play, and something that I am becoming more and more aware of is who provides care. I mean, this is an enormous healthcare system. The nurses, the doctors, the techs, the lab, the staff, the caregivers, everyone, they are our neighbors, they are our friends, they are our family. And so that giving back to each other, I think, is really special and something that we can be a part of. I mean, that really does answer my question. How do donations through the Centra Foundation help maintain and enhance vital services in the healthcare system? Because it's staying here locally, you're impacting the people you love. But let's talk specifically about the services. Like, what does it look like to see those donations go into services within the health system?
Well, we have over 80 funds and endowments at the Centra Foundation, so there is a wide variety of areas to support. There's a wide variety of areas that our community is passionate about in terms of healthcare, so there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
We have funds that are dedicated to providing free screenings and referral for treatment services, for healing programs.
Wow.
We have, you mentioned scholarships for aspiring nurses in our community. We have funds for professional development for our existing workforce to provide the excellent care, the best care possible. And we also have funds for equipment, whether it's pediatrics, heart and vascular. We have funds that cover the gamut, but the most agile form of support is the Greatest Need Fund. Gifts to the Greatest Need Fund help us meet challenges, unexpected challenges, save lives, and provide excellent care for our communities. Recently, this fund has supported the creation of the Empath Unit, which is the first in Virginia. Our caregivers did the research and found a strategy that was developed on the West Coast to help meet the needs of our mental health patients in the emergency department. And we had a generous donor who wanted to make an immediate impact on mental health. The caregivers matched with an immediate need and to put this into place.
Yes. So, like I said, we've talked a lot about empath here within our department, just trying to inform and educate the community on what that is. But I think that that's such an incredible example because we did the CHNA earlier this year, which has over the past maybe 6 years, because we do it every 3 years, the last two have consistently shown that mental health is a incredible need and an incredible deficit in our area. And to see what has come about through just the intentionality of seeing that need and then what can we do to fix it? What can we do to meet that need? And hearing that an individual from our community played such a huge part of that that's somebody watching in this community who saw that they could make a difference through giving and just did it. And look at how many lives have been impacted already. And that kind of pushes us into what I want to talk about next is, the significant and really specific impacts that you've seen on the community, like someone giving and having something like the impact that has in a wide way, touched so many people. So what other examples can you share of those type of instances?
Well, we funded a program for remote home monitoring.
Okay.
And we have built ramps at patients' homes.
Okay.
We've helped to provide car seats for newborns when they're discharged from the hospital.
Really practical needs.
We've also, the Greatest Need Fund has also supported Centra's COVID response during the pandemic.
Okay. So I joined this health system on the marketing team in 2021. And so I had an outside community perspective and then the unique opportunity to step in to an internal perspective on all that Centra was able to do during that time. And so what are some ways, if you can go into, what are some ways that you were able to support that initiative?
Primarily ventilators. I know that, and I've heard our caregivers say that some hospital systems had to make the tough choice of which patient would be able to use the ventilator.
Yes.
And thankfully, with donor support, we were able to provide additional resources to our hospitals so that our caregivers did not have to make that decision on who was the worst case that needed that ventilator that we provided for all that were in need.
Wow, that's incredible. Because I do remember hearing that, I'm sure we were all glued to the news because we were stuck in our homes, had no idea what was going on. But that shortage is something that really stuck out in my mind because I just cannot imagine being faced with that decision as a caregiver who just wants to make a difference and help as many people as possible. So that's very cool. Were there any other initiatives that you wanted to share?
Well, you said when caregivers want to make a difference. We also have a Centra Family campaign, which is our employee giving campaign.
Yes.
So not only do our caregivers care for our patients, but they give back. They want to provide additional services, additional resources through their own individual support. So we have folks who make gifts throughout the year, once a year, but we have caregivers giving back. And a portion of all of our employee donations go to the Helping Hands Fund. And that is a fund that supports fellow caregivers in need. Okay. Those of us who come across an acute, unexpected need, caregivers have this resource provided by their fellow caregivers. So not only are they hands-on caring for patients, but they're giving back. And that's so rewarding for your fellow caregivers to be able to help one another in that way. Yeah, and community members can support the Helping Hands Fund as well.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's not just for employees. But that's open to all.
So this is a really beautiful picture because not only is the foundation facilitating ways for the community to pour into the health system by default, then pouring back into the community, but they're pouring into, and caregivers can pour into a system that just helps take care of each other. Because we're all working shoulder to shoulder every day, and you really can't plan for everything. And so to know that there's something there that can help in those situations, that's got to be incredibly comforting.
It is, to know that you're right, shoulder to shoulder, that your coworkers care about you that much.
Yes.
That they want to help you in your own personal time of need.
So I'm glad you talked about ways of giving because that's really what I want to talk about next for those who are listening. Really practically, how do we do this? What are the different ways that we can donate through the foundation?
Well, we try to offer as many options as possible so that it's easy as possible to make a gift. So, of course, you can go online to the Centra Foundation website and make a one-time gift or a recurring gift. You can mail your gift to the Centra Foundation office. Okay. We're at 1920 Atherholt Road.
Write that down.
And we also have for the family campaign, in fact, employees can take advantage of payroll deduction, which is something I do. I can make a larger gift over the course of a year through payroll deduction. We also have a number of very generous donors looking ahead to the future, but thinking, how can I make a difference in the long term, in the future generations of healthcare?
Yes.
So there are a number of our supporters who make legacy gifts, gifts that they're planning through their estate, and want to have an effect on healthcare in perpetuity. So there's a number of ways to make gifts, and we're here to help facilitate that gift in any way.
Yeah. And so that really makes this an option. It makes this just even like a possibility, no matter where you are financially, to be a part of this.
That's an excellent point. Gifts of all sizes make a difference, and we don't just say that. It's true. All of our gifts add up to make this huge impact on local health care. So that's one of our big challenges is sharing with our community that, oh, my gift won't make a difference. Yes, it does. Everyone has an impact with our collective giving makes a huge impact.
Yeah. And it's a big circle. You know, you give back and you can see the impact that it's making. And then some of us may not even know the ways that we've already been impacted by the generosity of those around us. So,
well, that's what's so heartwarming, to know the impact, to know the generosity of our community.
Yeah.
People are our board, our supporters are so passionate about local health care and having the best clinicians here to provide that excellent service, and to know just that impact that it's made on so many families.
Yes. And if you want to read more about that, learn more about that, there are so many stories. You guys put out so many stories, and stories are my favorite. That is the heart of everything that is happening around us. And so I want to give you guys a really practical way to learn more. So CentraFoundation.com, you can go to our website, which has tons of stories of the ways that lives were changed, how people have given, but then also very easy ways for you to give. There's a page that breaks down the funds that will take you directly to giving forms. And it will also link you, as you're learning about that fund, to stories of those who are impacted by that specific giving inlet. And so
you might not know that we have a fund for a certain service line or area, acute care, different locations have different funds, and also a way that you were impacted. Some donors choose to give back to show their appreciation for their care, or to recognize their caregivers.
Yes.
We have a number of donors at this time of year, and really throughout the year, who make grateful gifts. And I have learned through my research with grateful giving that it is a scientific part of healing, to show appreciation and gratitude.
I love that.
So many donors give back in honor of their caregivers, and also beyond caregivers at this time of year. A lot of donors make gifts in honor of their friends and family members to support a passion that they know that their family member is passionate about. And so instead of giving material things, they make gifts in honor or in memory of loved ones.
Wow.
And the foundation sends a note to the family of the person being honored or memorialized. And it's a nice way to remember and celebrate those important to us, especially at this time of year.
Yeah. So incredible. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you really want to touch on?
Well, I want to speak about gratitude. We are so grateful for, we said gifts of all sizes, but for those that are so passionate and want to do their part to help, health of our community goes a long way to keep our community healthy and working, keeping everyone having food on the table and income for their family. But we're grateful for our corporate vendors who partner with us, that demonstrate a commitment for local health care.
Yes.
Everyone who participates in our events, whether it's at a MAM luncheon or a golf tournament, we are so thankful for all the many ways that people want to support healthcare
Yes.
for each other.
And in this season of gratitude and Thanksgiving, I think it is a really beautiful way to think about this community and all of the ways that we can give and support each other. So thank you to those who are watching, who are already a part of this. This is already, a part of just your everyday. And for those of you who are interested in learning more or just may think that this is an option, I encourage you, please go to the website, learn more. And we hope that this is a way that we can kind of clarify an option of giving financially in this season.
And I want to add to that, the gift of hope and health and healing is indeed a very special gift.
Yes.
Please contact anyone at the foundation. We would love to help facilitate your gift.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for joining us on And So Much More.